morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bozard Ford studio for the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We have the commission moving forward with the proposed budget. School district is hiring for 25-26 academic year. A popular restaurant is moving, and a Texas family finds a long-lost relative in a St. Augustine cemetery. We'll get to all that and more, but first, we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We have Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, BNS Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero, Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Please support all of our wonderful sponsors, and you can support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can find us on YouTube and help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. You can also follow us on Rumble. Facebook stars are another great way you can support us. Our app is back and better than ever in the Apple App Store, so please download the app today. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. It's weekend eve.
We're channeling each other on the hats.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, same color.
You got your Jimmy Jam going.
I borrowed my husband's.
Okay.
It's my husband's hat, but I'm doing Jimmy Jam business today, so
Jimmy Jam business.
Dressed to theme.
Yes.
I don't have a hat. I need to get one.
I forgot which hat I had on when you said it, because I tried on another hat and I was like, I'm not sure I like it with that shirt. So this
I like that one.
This one I think went okay with the shirt.
Yeah, we both went with a complementary color with our shirt.
Yes. So I'm trying out the new collarless shirts because like the collars still bother me, like when they don't line up right, and that's when I have the most trouble. And Blake never tells me when my collar's not right.
It's funny you should mention that, because Blake asked me how I was doing this morning, and I was like, my collar's not laying right. One side's down, one side's up. It's driving me crazy.
No, it's frustrating.
It is.
Luckily, my beard hides my collar a lot.
Yours does. Mine does nothing.
So this one I've eliminated worrying about the collar.
Yeah.
So I bought 2 of these shirts to see if I like them or not. So,
I like it. I think it looks good on you.
Yeah, so
you've got the sort of, I used to be a priest, naughty daddy kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Actually, that's
perfect.
Yeah.
We love that.
It's actually my OnlyFans page. So I used to be a priest, but now I'm a daddy.
Weren't you a Young Life guy?
I was.
Yeah.
I was a Young Life guy. So.
See, you're there.
Yeah, I was.
Blake, save us.
Good morning.
I was a horse wrangler in Young Life.
I don't want to know about that OnlyFans.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on.
Captain Big Toe.
Captain. All right, Blake, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I have Adlai Stevenson in the background.
Okay.
I have no idea why. I just have Adlai Stevenson in the background.
All right. And now for something totally different.
He almost won.
All right. Do we have a question of the day?
Oh, we do. Question
Nothing to do with OnlyFans, right?
No, not as far as you know.
Oh.
All right. If you won $200 million today, what would be your most ridiculous purchase? You won $200 million today. What would be your most ridiculous purchase?
Mine is stupid. It's a 1972 Corvette Stingray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Probably in an iridescent sort of mermaid finish because I like that.
Obviously.
And it's got to be, if I'm going to get it, it might as well be gaudy and ridiculous. And the reason it's ridiculous is that I also hate driving sticks, so I would convert it to an automatic. So that's why it's stupid.
I was into it, and then it was like you did that.
That's why it's stupid. See, it's gorgeous. I love this car, and I would 100% buy it. And anytime I needed to leave the house, I wouldn't have to go walk and look at the ducks. I could just take out.
My Uncle Steve Polson. I had 2 Uncle Steves. I had Uncle Steve Wilson, Uncle Steve Polson. My Uncle Steve Polson had that exact car.
Dang.
It was that color blue.
I love that car. I saw that car.
And it actually had the white vinyl
top.
Yeah. So And he hated the white vinyl because he could never keep it clean.
Oh, of course. Not in Florida. You've got seed pods from everything getting on there. Ugh.
He lived in a trailer and had that car. But I mean, he was saving up money for a big
Priorities,
house. Yeah.
So, I can drive stick. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And so I would absolutely be a girl, and I would.
That's not from 1972. There.
Transmission.
They didn't have a 6-speed in 72.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I would do. I fell in love with that car when I saw the movie Rush Hour, and in the early days of the internet, had to search up and figure out what that car was, and it has been my dream car ever since. And someone in my neighborhood has a red one, and I don't know if it's original or a kit car. Like, honestly, I don't care. I just like the look of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not in it for the speed and the racing or anything. So yeah, I drive past that every day, and it makes me happy.
No, I would buy the Cobra, but I wouldn't. I don't consider that a ridiculous buy.
Well, the automatic Stingray
makes it ridiculous. The automatic makes it ridiculous.
With the $40,000 paint job that would take to be a multi-iridescent color.
Yeah, but you got 200 million. You're not even scratching it. So
I know, but I'm a mom. I think small. A massage is a luxury for me.
Yeah. There you go. Blake knows that's the car. That's my car right there. That's the one.
Isn't that Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds?
I don't know.
It was a Shelby.
Was it?
Yeah.
So Blake, what would be your ridiculous purchase?
Probably Marineland. No, I'm joking.
Actually,
that should have been.
That actually was mine. That is mine because it popped up yesterday, and everybody was sending it to me.
I was getting texts yesterday because my former employer hit the market. And my husband's former employer hit the market.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
So people are
on the same day.
I know. So everyone's texting me like, "You want to just buy your old jobs?" If I could, then that would be awesome.
200 million, you can.
Yeah, but Amanda, if you were really cursed, this building would have been on the market like soon now.
Yeah.
Well, no comment. It was all former employers. I'm not a former employee yet.
She's still working here.
I'm active.
Don't try and run her off here, Blake. What are you trying to do?
He wants to do the reads.
As the director, producer, director.
She'll be running off every Monday starting in August soon, okay?
Yeah. That's family. That's family duty. So it's
I'm
an
a teacher mommy.
It's an excused absence.
I got a note.
It's an excused absence.
So Blake, seriously, what's your answer?
What's your ridiculous purchase?
I would. I'd probably just say like a private jet, like to and plus hire my own pilot as well. Like we should have gone when you took the Arizona deal.
Nice.
Sorry, man.
I feel like you walked into this one.
That was a big salary. That's what I passed up the lottery on. I didn't take a job that came with the private jet. Dang. And I didn't take the job because I would have had to move to Arizona.
Arizona is beautiful.
I would have had to split time between like Tucson and Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
Arizona is one of the only states I'd move to.
Gosh, no, it's so brown. There's no trees. I went for a walk every morning out there, and I was just like, I can't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Dang.
It was $1 million base salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Man.
So,
what's that job? Give me a call.
I'm sure it's still available. But I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I could remote in,
all
right?
these big bucks. All right.
So what's yours?
Yeah. Mine actually is. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, man, if I had the money, I would buy Marineland and I would open like a therapy school there.
Yeah.
So, so if I win this week,
we got
Marineland, I'm coming for you. I'm putting an autism therapy school there.
Did you say Greenland?
Marineland.
Marineland.
I did not say Greenland. Get the Trump stuff out of your head. You're talking too much to Lenny in the afternoon.
I don't talk to Lenny that much. Okay?
Bad influence.
We just mainly watch the CNN, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough.
So Marineland's still in operation and is being sold as an attraction. People are talking about how it's going to get paved over as condos. I don't know.
No.
It's It was the
zoning.
first aquarium to ever exist. It started as a movie studio, and they just opened their doors to the public when they didn't have films going, and 30,000 people showed up.
Was it like in 38 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. 37.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I had the money, I've got some ideas for Marineland. We could do your school.
It used to have like across the street. It used to have a movie theater there, and then there was the eel show, and there was a lot more attractions there when I was a new Parks and Recreation person, because I would bring all my summer camps up from the land. I ran in college. I ran all the summer camps in the land, and I'd bring them up to Marineland, and there was a lot. I mean, it was the kids enjoyed it. It was a lot to do.
Ironically, the wiring in the electric eel exhibit was not great, so you could either get shocked by the eels or the building itself.
Oh wow!
At least if you were behind the scenes.
Did they still have the electric eel when you were there?
No. So those habitats had all been demolished. They just couldn't sustain it anymore. They needed too much work. So the habitats themselves were destroyed by the time I got there. But I got to go through the archives after all of the hurricanes in 2004. I got to go through the archives before in 2004, 2005. When they were
like
about
Charlie
to demolish.
Charlie Jean Francis.
So I got to see all of the like super classic pictures, see some of the early research. I mean, they had river dolphins there at one point. They had pilot whales. We had in the Dolphin Stadium, I asked one day why one of the satellite areas was called the whale pool. And it's like, well, because that's where the pilot whales were. Like, pilot whales. What are you talking about? They had their sea lion had just moved on when I had gotten hired there. So when I worked there, it was the rectangular oceanarium with all the sharks and the fish.
The pilot whales the ones with like the funny noses? They're
the ones with the big round bulbous face. And so they kind of look like a missile.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So they had wild habitats at Marineland at a point, and I think Marineland just needs to get converted back to a completely retro habitat and just embrace its history. We know so much about its history. There could be amazing exhibits on how the fact that dolphins have ultrasound and sonar capabilities, that was all discovered at Marineland. Dolphin training was discovered at Marineland. Just understanding that dolphins are mammals and that they're different than your average fish in the ocean, that was all discovered right there. There's so much history and there's so much cool stuff that could be brought to the fore, but just bringing history and joy back to animal habitats, I think you're never going to make
if I win the lottery.
You're never going to make some people happy. Just embrace the joy and the history of what it is. So
if I win the lottery,
big ideas.
We're there.
I'll help you.
Yeah, we'll move the studio. The 904 Now studio will be down there.
Dolphins behind us while we do it.
Doing flips.
There's a great room for that, actually, where the background would be the dolphins.
Yeah,
really great room for that. All right, now it's time for a quick check of the weather.
Same old.
Nothing important.
It's Florida. It's the same thing.
It's hot.
It's hot. Rain. Then it rains, and it's hot again, and then the humidity's like 17,000 Kelvin.
I'm just gonna let you go. That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets. Bin 39, tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for romantic date night or relaxing after work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover.
It isn't supposed to rain today, but it's Florida.
It's Florida.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah.
It's Florida.
I was told 3 days of rain, and we're now on the fourth day. So let's find out. All right, buckle up, baby. It's a Hit the Blakes traffic report.
Traffic is happening.
Can you drop the lower third?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we can't see the bottom right.
Yeah, it's all moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
That's much better.
Looks like we have someone pulled. Looks like we have someone pulled over on mile marker 318. I'm going to go full screen there.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh, there's sheriff's office. That's
Somebody's in trouble.
the Ford crossover police interceptor on I-95 southbound at mile marker 318.
Well,
He's not having a good day.
Not as good as ours.
Please don't speed.
I know. There, by the grace of God, go I. All right. Go with our love, sir. All right. Old Town Trolley brings us that traffic report. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagler's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with full fare guests with the Hometown Pass program. Sign up today at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. Moving into the news, we've got St. Johns County commissioners move forward with the proposed millage rates for fiscal year 26. St. Johns County Commission has taken its first full step toward next year's budget, and it's stirring up concern from first responders. In a narrow 3-2 vote on Tuesday, commissioners moved forward with the proposed fiscal year 2026 budget and millage rate, opting to keep property tax rates flat for now. But that decision isn't final. The millage rate could still be lowered, and that's where the concern comes in. St. Johns County Fire Rescue showed up in force at the meeting, worried that a rollback in millage could jeopardize public safety. Wade Schroeder with the county's Office of Management and Budget laid it out plainly. At a rollback rate, the fire district fund would be depleted by fiscal year 2027, he warned. We would not recommend staffing any new fire stations if that happens. Currently, the fire district millage helps fund critical operations and future growth, including new stations to meet rising demand. According to county officials, the proposed millage rate could still go lower, but not higher, as the budget process continues. Public input will be welcomed during 2 upcoming meetings, so mark your calendar. The first hearing is scheduled for September 3rd. A final will follow to lock in the budget and tax rates. If approved, the fiscal year 2026 budget will take effect October 1st, 2025, and stay with us for updates on this evolving story. What do you think, Troy? Millage rates hot topic?
I'm always nervous about the millage rate because millage rate's probably one of the most delicate topics to deal with when you're a commissioner. I think it should stay flat. On this one, and everyone loves to have a rollback. The last time we did a rollback, then the state mandated another rollback, and then it put us in a really bad financial situation.
Okay.
So I think we're doing okay where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned with what the school district's going to do, because the school district's a different millage. They control their own millage, and then that gets added on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should stay flat, see what's happening with the school district. Obviously, we have friends in the fire department that have been in here with us, and we want to make sure that they're able to do what they want to do. But there
Absolutely.
usually is a way to make it happen. If you can figure it out. They're smart people; they can figure it out. So I think the millage rate needs to stay flat, at least for right now. I don't really encourage a rollback. School district, I want to see what the school district does before the county makes their final decision, because final decision actually gets made a little further down the road, I think.
All right.
Yeah. And out of curiosity, I know you mentioned yesterday that tourist development tax cannot be used for law enforcement funding, but can it be used for like fire rescue funding as well, or no?
Well, the tourist tax, no, it can't. You can't be used for those purposes. Okay. And the way the county is structured. The city's a charter government. The city is, and the county is not. So the county, wherever the money is collected, it has to be spent in those particular spots. And it's called like a GASB law. It's like GASB or rule, like 38, GASB 38. You have to use. So if you collect money for, say, the gas taxes for like roads, mm-hmm. you can't use that for parks.
Okay.
So the general fund is pretty much wide open, and that's where the millage comes from, and it goes into usually the general fund. So the millage can be used for pretty much whatever the county needs, but these enterprise funds and these other funds, that other taxes that are collected, you can't use them. Like FBIP is for boaters. It's one of the things you collected on the boat stickers. Yeah. So you got to use it going back to improvements for waterways. Okay. So there's restrictions, but in the city, as a charter, it kind of gives you more flexibility of where you're collecting and what you can use it for.
Okay.
I don't know if that explanation was overly government or what. So I used a lot of acronyms in there. So
it's definitely necessary.
Yeah. Okay.
It seems like if the funds are collected in a certain arena, they have to go in a pot for that area.
Yeah, they go into that bucket, and they can't really. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of flexibility. You can move this one to this one, but you can't move it to this one.
Yeah.
So you pay for that over there with this one and move it 3 different ways. There's ways to do it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that process, obviously. It's the way my brain works. But, there's way less flexibility with the way the county is structured compared to the city of St. Augustine.
Okay.
So those channels like that you mentioned, like those specific like gas taxes, like that sort of stuff, like those like the ways that like places like the fire rescue could get like funding from if like the millage rate does not increase or anything like that.
A majority of the funds that's like for fire and for law enforcement comes from the millage. So that's the reason they're trying to protect the millage. So they don't have as many pots as some of the other ones. Like utilities is an enterprise fund, so they create all their own money. Their reserves has to stay in their reserves.
Yeah.
And that's so the fire, they get some fees and some other stuff, but not much of anything. And they get some impact fees, which has to stay in that region. So that's the reason they're being very protective of the millage rate, because it's their main, by far their main revenue source.
We do not have a firefighter calendar here that gives them additional.
No. I've kept it at home.
For personal use.
Can we talk with the chief about that?
I mean, I know some good photographers. We can make that happen. St. Johns County schools are hiring for 2025-2026 academic year. The St. Johns County School District is now accepting applications for the 2025-2026 school year. The district is hiring for a wide range of positions, including teachers, paraprofessionals, custodians, and extended day staff. Applications will be accepted through August. Those interested can view job listings and apply online at stjohns.k12.fl.us/HR/careers. Can we put that in the comments? Maybe
That's a lot of slashing.
That's lots of dots.
There's a lot of dots and slashes.
If you can come up with that web address, maybe you could get hired at the school district. All right. That's wild to me that they're accepting applications through August 8th for this school year. Feels like it's cutting a little close.
Wow. Yeah. But you're like, okay, we're ready. And then you look and go, oh, we're missing here.
Yeah.
And it might be one spot
Yeah.
in one school here, another spot over there, which, you can manage that. But
for sure.
It's still, but there's like 60 schools now.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of schools. And there's always talk about teacher pay and keeping good teachers and filling those positions. All right. Check it out. Apply today.
Yeah. When I got here, there was only St. Augustine High and Nice.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it.
That was it.
I got here in 2004, January 2004. So I don't know how many.
Oh yeah, you would have definitely had Pedro by then.
Yeah.
You would have had the one Bartram.
Okay.
By then, it might have been just those 4 at that time.
I think so.
Might have been just those 4.
There was still a Kmart in town when I moved here.
Yeah. Where Aldi's was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got, let me get to the top, Sunoco at North Ponce de Leon Boulevard's at $2.82. Shell at 146 King Street's at $2.84. Owens on South Ponce is also $2.84. Got the Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard at 289. Sunoco on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard's 289. So is the Shell on North Ponce de Leon Boulevard. A1A Discount Beverage is at 299. Circle K on US 1 North is 309. Gate at US 1 North is 319. Gate on Mizell Road is also 319. That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced, compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. All right, we've got live music today. Jim Lamb's at Milltop Tavern at noon. Cam Wheaton's at Pierre's Pub at 1 o'clock. Shayla at Macaluso?
Shyla Macaluso.
Shyla Macaluso. So sorry. She's at Bin 39 Wine Bar at 4 p.m. Caleb Joy's at Marsh Creek Country Club at 4. Dewey Vaya's at Guy Harvey Resort at 5. Vinny Jacobs at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5 o'clock. Alan Arenas at Oasis Deck and Restaurant at 5 o'clock. Trevor Compton's at St. Augustine Shores Golf Club at 5 o'clock. Chubby McGee's at Conch House Marina Restaurant at 5 o'clock. Joshua Tennessee Worthy's at St. Mary's Seafood and more at 5:30. Doug Hyde, a.k.a. the Duggernauts, at Marina Munch at 6 o'clock. Restaurants in the concerts in the plaza featuring Jaja Flamenca is at Plaza de la Constitucion at 6 o'clock. Zaza Flamenca, we've got that in there twice. Reggie Starrett is at Cimarron Golf Club at 6 o'clock. Taylor Roberts at Hilton St. Augustine Historic Bayfront at 6 o'clock. Colin Costco's at Pesca Villano by Michael Lugo at 6 o'clock. Claremont Duos at Prohibition Kitchen at 6 o'clock. King Eddie and Pili Pili is at Prohibition Kitchen also at 6 o'clock. Hudson Vance at Salt Life Food Shack at 6 o'clock. Vern Daysell is at Colonial Oak Music Park at 7. And Versatile is at Tradewinds Lounge at 9 p.m. I'm so sorry for all the names I butchered today. Versatile. All right. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. Don't let my ability to read band names confuse you. Fidus is amazing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As GAF Master Elite Contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right. You grew up on a farm.
Yes.
So I've got...
I actually had a house away from the farm. We had a farm.
All right.
So I didn't actually... Like, the pig farm was not where my house was. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was...
Home adjacent?
We actually had to load up the water in the back of the truck. Like my memory as a child is, we had 55-gallon drums because there was no water out at the farm.
Okay.
So we'd fill up the 55-gallon drums with our water hose every day, and that would be my job at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, standing out there in my underwear with the hose. So I usually would go out there in my underwear, put the hose in there. And then I come back, get dressed, and then go back out and take the hose out. So
right on.
So that was like my chore for the farm almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had it up until middle school.
With an agricultural background.
Yes.
I have seen this pop up on my feed a few times, so I thought I'd bring it in for the trending. A surprising number of American adults believe chocolate milk comes from brown cows. According to a survey by the Innovation Center of U.S. Dairy for the U.S. Dairy Department, 7% of respondents, around 17 million people, held this belief. The poll also found that 95% of Americans keep at least one type of cheese in their fridge. Exciting.
One?
At least.
We have like 7.
95% of Americans keep at least one type of cheese.
Okay. All right.
at least. All right. So 1 in 4 have gone to the store before 6 a.m. just for milk. The campaign used humor to address the myth and emphasize the need for better food education. So does it surprise you that 7% of Americans believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows?
I can be very convincing, and I've used that lie before. I actually had my mom at one point convinced the cows in Tennessee have suction cups because they stand on the hill.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to stand on the hill like that.
Uh-huh.
I was like, these are Tennessee cows. They're different than Florida cows. They actually have suction cups. And she's like, what? Is that real?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. She hates me pretty much. All the lies I've told her.
Come on.
Yeah. And I'm good at I'm good at telling it and sometimes I forget to tell them it's a lie.
Uh-huh.
And they continue to believe it, like the brown cow thing. The brown cow thing. Yeah, I've used that before, so I'm actually surprised the number's not higher.
Yeah, I mean, so having breastfed babies, lactation is a complete mystery to so many people. So I can believe it too, because my mom also breastfed. So like my mom was feeding either my brother or myself, and one of our family members is watching her like drink orange juice and asks, well, is the baby going to get orange juice now? As if there's like a direct connection
like
from the mouth
it's
to
a funnel.
So, yeah, it had to be explained that, food gets processed and then the body makes a different substance altogether. And that's what comes. Yeah. So I can absolutely believe it. 17 million people. That kind of breaks my heart.
7%.
7% of Americans.
Yeah.
But you're right. I'm kind of surprised it's not a higher number.
Of the 17 million, that means like 1.2 actually believe that.
Because this person in my family, who I'm not going to out by name, but this person in my family is a high level, like, professional. They work in a very important field for a very important organization. So like not a dummy, but just like didn't know. Lactation, I think, kind of blows everybody's mind.
No, and there's a lot of lies told on the farm. It's not a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
So you kind of when you get a newbie,
talk crap.
Oh, you talk crap. I mean, and it happens on the base. I mean, it happens at every workplace.
Yeah.
I mean, on a construction site, someone will send you for a board stretcher, and there's no such thing as a board stretcher, obviously.
Yeah.
So you go and then they get mad. It's like it's behind the toolbox in the truck.
Yeah.
And you send it back again, and and
just to see how dedicated you can get this person to like finding the board stretcher.
Baseballs, someone will send you. For the keys to the batter's box. Okay. And you get
I know the batter's box isn't something that has a door.
Yeah.
It's painted on the ground.
Usually the umpire needs it, and before the game starts, the umpire needs the key to the batter's box. So and everybody's in on it. Like you send them to coach.
Oh yeah.
And you don't even know the other team.
And the coaches get increasingly frustrated.
and you come back to the original coach, and it's like, come on, I know he. Okay, I tell you what, if he doesn't have it, it must be over here.
You're a smart kid. You can do this. Yeah. So on the farm, is it a greenhorn? Someone that's brand new, or are they considered greenhorn?
Yeah, green.
Okay, because it is on the boat.
Yeah, it's on a boat. It's on the farm. Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty much
universal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was my trending. I thought I'd ask my resident.
No, I believe that number is probably higher.
Just 7% admit it.
Yeah, and I love chocolate milk. I'm not gonna lie. Are you a chocolate milk person?
If I'm gonna have milk, I would much rather have chocolate milk.
I love chocolate milk.
Now, but do you like your chocolate milk like already pre-made, or do you want to have like the syrup in like do you want to add your own syrup to it?
I want to make my own.
I like both. But it's always, I'm not a Hershey guy. I'm a Nestle Quick guy.
Nesquik
powder.
No, not the powder. I used to be a powder guy.
Yeah, I was the powder.
I used to be a powder guy, and now I'm
the Nestle Quick syrup.
Yeah, and I have backups in the cupboard.
Now that frothers are so ubiquitous, like everyone has a little frother to make coffee, I bet that powdered Nestle Quick would be good with a frother.
Frothy milk.
Frothy milk. All right. Popular St. Augustine restaurant moving after a decade in business. Property now up for sale. Well-known St. Augustine restaurant is on the move. After more than a decade on Anastasia Boulevard, Mellow Mushroom is preparing to relocate, and the property from the property it has called home is now completely on the market. That 5,770 square foot building located on approximately 0.42 acres is being listed for $3.75 million, according to a listing by Coldwell Banker Commercial. The site is described as being strategically located just minutes from historic downtown, the beaches, and the Bridge of Lions, benefiting from strong year-round tourism and consistent local foot traffic. The listing highlights its features, including a commercial kitchen with hoods, grease traps, walk-in cooler and freezer, a spacious dining area, bar seating, and private event space, restrooms, monument signage, and access from both directions on Anastasia Boulevard. While currently home to the pizza chain, the property's zoning also allows for retail, restaurant, or entertainment use. Mellow Mushroom says it plans to remain in the St. Augustine area and is already developing a new location nearby, though an official timeline for the move has not yet been announced. Founded in Atlanta in 1974 by two Georgia Tech students, Mellow Mushroom has since become a Southeastern staple, especially in College Town, known for its psychedelic decor and laid-back countercultural vibe. We'll keep you posted as more details about the new location come to light. This one is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, you guys were one of the original people there.
Yeah, so I can still remember the day at church that we walked with the Stricklands over to Casa Monica to say hi to my husband because he was working there at the time. And Matt's like, hey, I want to talk to you about a business. So Blake's got a picture of my family. This is before Libby. I was even pregnant with Libby. Gavin's just a baby. And he called us and said, we have a location. And we went out to it. And it had the under contract sign on that location. So that original building couldn't be saved. It got demolished.
It was Captain Jack's, wasn't it? Isn't that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was Captain. I did trivia in there, and then you guys took it down, and then I ended up doing trivia for a little bit at Mellow Mushroom too.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we my husband was involved from the very beginning. I think he was the first local person that Matt had talked to about wanting to bring a Mellow Mushroom to St. Augustine. And so I have pictures from all stages of construction at that building.
I think Louis is the one who called me to come over there to do trivia. So
we spent our 4th of Julys on the roof of that building. Louis didn't believe I could get up there when I was pregnant with Libby because it was like a tight squeeze around the ladder to get up there. And so everybody on the kitchen staff was in that area because they had money on whether I could actually get up there or not. I did. So that was the perfect spot for my family to watch the fireworks. We had it down to a science. Lots of really great memories announcing that we were pregnant with Libby there at the Christmas party. Lots of great memories in that building. So when I saw that it was up for sale, it was little pull on the heartstrings. That's
the Mellow Mushroom up in World Golf Village. Is that the Stricklands?
That's still owned by the Stricklands, and they have one in Durbin.
Okay, in Durbin.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
they're good. They're good people.
They are good people. So Mellow Mushroom is a company out of Georgia. They allow their local owners, a lot of freedom in or they used to at least, a lot of freedom in how they decorate and design the buildings. There was, before you had to have calorie counts because of Obamacare on menus, they allowed a lot of freedom for local locations to make their own pizzas. You had to kind of prove it to corporate, and then they would,
we have a daddle pizza here, right?
Yeah, there's daddle pizza. There was also
pretty sure that's not everywhere.
Louis Cuban pizza.
Okay.
Louis had made like a Cuban sandwich style pizza that was you had to know, and so it was an off menu order that you could get. So yeah, there's a lot of freedom in people push back about it. We don't want a franchise pizza. It was family owned by St. Augustine family, and there was a lot of St. Augustine locals that they still are involved in the business. So very cool.
I'm still buying Marineland. Sorry.
By Marineland. That's cool. All right. Texas woman finds her long-lost relatives in nearby forgotten segregated St. Augustine Cemetery. A powerful moment of remembrance and reunion played out in West Augustine, where history, heritage, and healing came together beneath the shade of giant oaks. At San Sebastian Cemetery, once a segregated burial ground from the 1800s, Lillian Holloway stood with her husband and young son, honoring the lives and legacies of her ancestors. Holloway traveled all the way from Texas after reading an article about the West Augustine Improvement Association, which had worked to clean the cemetery and fundraise for new headstones. One of those headstones belonged to Artemisia Holloway Jones, a relative whose deteriorating marker caught her attention. I was like, I know Artemisia. Those are my people, Holloway recalled as she flipped through old family photographs at the gravesite. But Artemisia wasn't the only connection. Her great-grandfather Abraham, born just months after the Emancipation Proclamation, and her great-aunt Teresa are also buried there. Holloway shared a heartbreaking family story that Abraham was the youngest of his mother's children and the only one who wasn't sold away during slavery. Volunteers from the West Augustine Improvement Association welcomed Holloway and her family during their visit. She is genuine, said Willie Cooper with the organization. She did not come here for anything but just to see. But the visit wasn't just to see, it was to reunite generations. Holloway brought 2 containers with her. The ashes of her father and grandfather, which she scattered at Abraham's grave, uniting 5 generations in one sacred patch of earth. With her son by her side, she read aloud the story of their lineage, a powerful tribute from past to present. Tears filled her eyes as she looked out over the plot and said, even here in the cemetery, I'm not filled with sorrow, but with hope. Hope rooted in freedom, family, and the compassion of strangers who work to restore dignity to forgotten graves. To learn more about the West Augustine Improvement Association, you can check out their website. Blake, could we put that in the comments? Thank you.
No, and Willie does an amazing job over there. And that is, knowing Willie's heart, I'm sure it was very moving and touching to him to allow that, because he's the one who saved that cemetery. Yeah. I mean, his
for moments like this, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason, and it validates what he did. So I'm happy for him. I'm very happy for the family. To be able to do that and have that moment. So that's really freaking cool.
That is really cool, and especially families that suffered under slavery. They have a really hard time tracing back their lineage because there were no records. It's not the way it was for people that came under better circumstances. So to be able to find generations like this, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. No.
Thank you, Bobby. I warned the boys that I couldn't get through the story when I read it the first time. So I tried my best, but I definitely broke.
She was trying to make us cry.
All right, Troy, how do you want to check?
We know what you're doing.
How do you want to check the comments, sir?
On this temperate Thursday, I will travel triumphantly through the thoughts of our tribe.
All right. That triumphant travel is brought to you by BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Also brought to you by St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly family-owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. And this July, when you purchase a Handy House, $100 will be donated to Unity Outreach of St. Augustine, helping provide mammograms and support for breast cancer patients right here in our community. Visit them on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092, St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Troy, give us a comments report.
All right. Wawa is at $3.19. Costco is at $2.62. Still kind of holding right there.
Yep.
I was told it was National Tequila Day. So
You gonna risk it?
I might have to bring some Benadryl, and we'll see what happens on the show tonight.
So if any of our fire department friends want to stop on by for Bollocks,
if you have an EpiPen, bring it with you. So, and I'm also told it's Tell an Old Joke Day.
Okay.
I don't have one prepared, so you're completely safe.
All right.
So
find one in the comments later.
Yeah. So, and it's National Drive-Through Day. I celebrate that almost every day.
Daily?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I might have to celebrate.
Yeah. And tomorrow's question of the day, because it came up, in case it gets erased, you guys remind me, it's how many cheeses are in your fridge.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are
prepared.
Your homework. You're prepared. I don't want you to you're watching, when you're doing your thing, whatever you're watching and however you're watching. I don't want you to have to run to the fridge.
I'm going to have to count before I come here.
Yeah, that's I'm giving everyone a heads up.
Do your homework, guys.
Do your homework. All right. And if we do win the $20K for America's favorite couple, it would go to our Marine land purchase.
Nice.
So
nice. Vote. Get on the interwebs and vote.
And Labubu is safe at home. There was some concern. Concern for concern for the Labubu.
Ah, the Labubu. Do we have a stardom stat?
We do. This is the place, is the statement of the day in 1847.
All right.
This is the place.
This is the place.
Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about?
Was it when William Shatner and Captain Picard time traveled?
In 1847?
Yeah.
So close.
They landed back in time. Remember? They time traveled.
This is when 148 Mormons arrived in Salt Lake City, in the Salt Lake Valley, in Utah. And this is Brigham Young said, this is where we're stopping. This is where it's going to be. So I don't know if he was tired or what, but he's like, he picked it, and it still is the place. Still the place for him. So,
it's crazy, man. I mean, it was legal to kill Mormons until the 70s in this country. That's why they kept leaving the country.
Yeah.
So they kept traveling west because they would get out of America, and then America would catch up with them on westward expansion. And so that's why they had to keep leaving.
Yeah. And Bobby said Joseph Smith. Good guess, but Joseph was already dead at this point. He had already got murdered, him and his brother.
And which was legal to do.
So, and Brigham Young's like, we're out of here.
Yeah, I bet.
So, but this is when they actually arrived. This is the day they arrived, and Brigham Young said, we're stopping right here.
I think Missouri had the last standing law that made it legal to kill Mormons.
Yeah.
And that got overturned in the late 70s.
That's so wild.
I want to say 77.
That is so wild.
It's crazy, man.
So that is our stardom stat of the day. Look at Augie's looking so good.
I mean, Augie's does look good. You know what? That's the place for lunch. Augie's Pizza. That stardom stat brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right at the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today. It's delicious. Do we have plugs from Troy?
All right. Tonight on Bollocks, we're doing people we lost too soon.
Okay.
So, or people, I'm sorry, not people we lost too soon. People that became famous after death.
Okay.
Completely different topic.
Yes.
People that became famous after their death. Okay. So they didn't enjoy a lot of the accolades that they have in their death. Maybe they did. Maybe they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the book you liked?
Looking down from heaven like, okay, cool.
Didn't think that one was going to take off.
Would have enjoyed being able to pay my bills when I was alive. Yeah. Do you have plugs, Blake?
I don't have any plugs, but I do want to say I'm sorry, Amanda, for making you cry this morning. But
it's all right.
But it was an inspirational story, so
it was. I hope I did it justice. All right, don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube and Rumble. Bollocks tonight. Bye, guys.
Bye.